think, if I'm being honest with you, I think we probably deserve to take away a point for the game. We performed reasonably well and created chances on another day that if the luck was going for us, we would have scored.
It's obviously very well taken goal for that win.
There is something you can do, but when the ball comes in for a wide area, if you've got strikers on the edge of the box, they've got to be picked up today. We've never done that and suffered for it. We've got to be as defenders closer, allowing stopping the strikers storming and getting shots on goal. Today we never done that and we suffered for it.
The first goal, better goal as well.
First goal, to be fair, it's a great delivery in the box and a real good header. But I think at that stage, at times we were giving away too many corners, and when you get a delivery like that, it's hard to defend. And it's probably a well worked goal from their point of view, but probably can be defended better for us if you. But it was a good corner. It's hard to defend.
Good parts of the game.
Sorry.
Good parts of the game.
I think we kept the ball better than what we have done in recent weeks. We passed it. We looked the threat on the break. We were getting in behind, and as Andy Ryan scored today a real good goal. That's I think a goal in every game he's played, which is credit to him. And he had another 2 or 3 chances. But if we keep creating chances, we'll start converting goals and winning games.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Well, Nicky, a good final score for the match, but it must have been quite terrible out there. I don't think people in the stands got the quite the big idea of the rain and the wind.
It was really difficult at one point in the first half, especially. The second half wasn't too bad, and maybe the wind didn't help us as much as it helped them. But when the rain came down in the first half, at one point it was tough. But the boys ground out until half time, and we've got the win in the end, so you can't really complain.
Are you feeling you're getting back into your old self again after your hand injury? Because for a wee while there we thought maybe we find it difficult.
I was, to be fair, since I've came back from my hand injury, I've not been happy with the way I've played myself. I know that I've underperformed in a lot of the games, and it just happens to come at the time when we've played poorly and got bad results as well. Because I think the hand injury, probably a couple of weeks after, it should maybe take me again. But I only missed 1.5 games with a hand injury. I think bar Greg, I've played more than anybody this year. So it's not an excuse I can use anymore, or ever have wanted to use. But I'm feeling I'm getting back to where I was when we were 14 unbeaten and for most of the season last year. So no, I was more happy today than I was before.
It's nice to come away. When that goal went in though for Forfar, you must have been really wondering what was going to happen, especially after last week's circumstances.
It was one of them. It seemed the same old story, and you guys probably know a lot more about it than me, but it just seems to be the United way. You get yourself in a good position and you're doing well, and then you come back to bite you in the arse really. But as I said, we ground out and got the result in the end. There's two bits of genius by Steve-O, and that's why he was brought back to the club to produce stuff like that, and thankfully he's done it today and helped us get the win.
Yes, it's good to have the more experienced player back in the team with you as well. What does that do for the dressing room?
It's one of them. I've been lucky when I've been at Ayr. I've played with 2 club legends under Bobo and Steve-O, and it does gives everybody a lift in the dressing room, because we know everybody in the stands is going to get a lift with him being here, which is brilliant. And we just need to build on the performance today. Steve will hopefully take what he's done today into next week, because we've got a lot of games coming up now, and we're going to need everybody to be on it if we want to pick up maximum points.
I talked to McCall just a few minutes ago, and we were talking about the conditions and how hard it was to play. Like it started when I was talking at the beginning of this interview. But next week, no excuses. You're onto the AstroTurf surface that you all train on, you all know quite well. Will that be good for the State United team?
I think so. I think we firmly, believe if we get the rubbery green and stuff like that, we're one of the top 2 sides in this division. And the surfaces and stuff have probably not been brilliant for the way we want to play. But next week, as you said, there's no excuses. There shouldn't really be any kind of wind. It's an enclosed stadium almost all the way around. The surface will be, fantastic. It usually is that. Usually is at Airdrie, especially with the kind of the 3G or 5G, whatever that is now. But we'll be used to playing on it as them. We train on it twice a week, so there's no excuses there either.
It's been amazing watching Alan Forrest in the last few weeks because he's suddenly got his mojo back, if there's a word for it. And today, running at players, he was just spectacular. Is this the kind of surface that you'll want to play on next week?
Yeah, I think he'll that's one of the ones he'll go and relish, because obviously boys that want to kind of dribble with the ball and stuff, it's not great if it's bumpy and a wee bit sticky, but next week it should be perfect. And as you said, last week he was head and shoulders above anybody on the park. He was by far the best player in the park. And then the first half today, I think maybe they had 6 or 7 fouls on him alone in the first half, and they just couldn't live with him. And when he's on that form, we just need to kind of make sure we give him the ball as early as we can and let him do his thing, because we need to kind of enjoy him here while we can, because I don't think it will be too long before there'll be quite a few boys sniffing about him.
Right, this is the big question though. The end of the match today. Now we're all used to the Nicky roar, but when you suddenly see that fans are standing in a massive amount, standing out there, refusing to leave until you go there, how does that feel for you?
No, it's definitely. I've only done it really this season, but it's a lot of you get a lot of pressure going into games and stuff, and the boys need to. We need to perform, and as I said earlier, we've not been doing it. So it's a lot of kind of maybe relief and stuff like that you can get the win. And obviously I work for the club. I have a lot of interaction with the fans, and especially on a Monday. I do 2 different kind of coaching sessions with older guys that are fans and come and stand in the terrace, and so it just makes your job a lot easier on a Monday when you can go in after your win. So it's not as good. I enjoy it. I hope it just gets a wee connection. It says
what the fans think about you.
Yeah, definitely. The fans have been unbelievable with me since I've came here. I can't thank Marco enough last year for bringing me to the club. I've never enjoyed playing football as much as I have when I've been here, and that's a lot down to the staff and obviously the fans as well.
Well, Ian, a game you thoroughly deserved to win this time. Probably didn't take the chances that you really would have liked to, but then you end up with a most amazing goal to win it for you.
Yeah, we were talking about it in there in the staff room, and I don't know what it is, but the amount of times we've played teams out here this year and missed, really gilt-edged chances to go and score 3, 4, 5, whatever. Maybe not today, but we certainly had 2 or 3 fantastic chances to make the last 5 minutes enjoyable for everybody. But we missed them. But big pluses. Troughton came on and was outstanding. Stevenson getting a couple, and the real Nicky Devlin was back. So hopefully he'll go on from there and be the player that we know he is.
Yes, it did certainly look today like Nicky Devlin was back to what he was before his hand injury. Some really amazing tackles and really wanting to get up with the forward line.
Yeah, and getting forward again. Yeah, he was back. So that's brilliant. Listen, it was still really open because the heart of the team, the midfield players who protect the back and allow the ball players to go and play are all out, and they should be back very soon. But I've been saying that for a while. If I sound like a broken record, but I've tried my very best not to use this as an excuse. But Ross Dawkins and Jamie Adams are huge players for us. So is Brian Gilman. Those two, in terms of not just how they play, but the type of players they are just a huge miss.
You're very lucky though, centre-backs wise. Murphy strolled today's game and some quality balls in as well, and Big Graham as well, superbly solid. It's a lovely thing to have there.
Yeah, I think we know what our centre-backs lack, but Murphy was my man of the match. I think the last 2 games he's been outstanding, and it's come at a good time of year, so hopefully we can keep him fit and we can get the other boys fit for next Saturday, or certainly at the latest have a full squad to pick from at Brecon.
You probably didn't think this was you back to your best though. This definitely wasn't a great performance, but it's nice to get back winning.
It is, but I said to Albert, about the last 15 games I've been involved in, either watching other games or my games or other games, the weather's been me trying to teach them football and to keep the ball in the deck, and the weather's just been shambles, an utter shambles.
What's the position with those that are out injured now? Jamie Adams and Ross Doherty in particular.
Yeah, well, Jamie's not as bad as we thought. He could make the Airdrie game, but there's no rush because it's an AstroTurf. But he'll definitely be back for the Brecon game. Ross Doherty trained Tuesday and Thursday, and we'll probably train Tuesday, Thursday this week, and we'll probably be in the squad against Airdrie. Whether we'll put him straight in, I don't know.
You mentioned AstroTurf then, it's the big talking point in Scottish football just now. You obviously are a wee bit worried about it, especially with players with injuries.
Well, it's just that, well, some are better than others, but you know what, I spoke to our board that, you know, if we don't get our pitch better, you know, we might as well have a really good 3G here, because the way we're trying to play at times, it's not possible. But listen, in best case scenario, I want a grass pitch, of course, but it's, you know, the way the weather's been this year, I mean, you could be the best groundsman in the world, you couldn't keep a pitch good.